Okay, that's what runs a bit of an answer. So is buy to let dead? Buy to let is dead. So again, for new people, I guess it's worth reminding people what is buy to let and what the changes are. So a buy to let strategy is when you're buying one house and a single dwelling. I think generally that's dead. Why is it dead? Because quite frankly, the price that you end up paying for a property in the UK, let's say the average price is around £300,000 for an average property in the south, and around, well, actually, it's about 250 to 300,000 across the country anyway. So when you buy that, you put in a mortgage, you put 25% deposit, you're taking a mortgage of around £200,000, 25%, well, 225 to 25% of 300,000 is 75k. So you take a mortgage of £225,000. That will cost you, let's say, 5% fixed for 5 years. 10% is 22, 11,000. Let's say it's 12,000. So about £1,000 a month on your interest only part of your mortgage. The average rent is around for that kind of typical property is around £1,500 to £1,600. So now you've got £1,000 of interest only payment and about £1,500 coming in. So that's £500 profit per month. Then you've got to do all your compliance stuff, gas cert, electric certification. You have to have an EPC. You have to have probably a management company that will charge you 10% of your rent. So you're now down to about £300 profit per month. Then you've got maintenance charges, so things will break as you rent things. That's just typical what happens when things are being used, whether it's a house or a car. So you've then got a maintenance charge to pay on that as well. So you end up actually at the 1,500 quid, £1,000 of interest only mortgage. You end up no better than probably about £200, let's say 250, even let's push it to £300 per month. So that's £3,600. You've invested 75,000 on your deposit, and let's say 25,000 on your stamp duty because you've got surcharge for investors. So you're in for about £100,000. So your return on investment is £300 times 12, the £3,600 divided by 100,000. You're in for about 3.6% yield on your money. So interest rate is in a bank right now is about 4%. So you're making less money than just parking your money into and invest a high interest account. Of course, you've got then a 15-year, 20-year timeline where you can actually get a capital appreciation. But in the meantime, you're yielding around 3.6% per year, which, to be clear, is pretty lousy. Quiddity Capital will borrow, and for Quiddity Capital investors are making double that per year. And if anything, they're making, instead of the £300, they're making £600 in this example. We've got investors making up to £4,000 per month when they are working with Quiddity Capital. So if you're interested, you're sitting on money in the bank making virtually nothing, get in touch. DM us on this or email azid@quidditygroup.co.uk. You can go to the website www.quidditygroup.co.uk and find us there, and then let's talk about how we can make you genuine passive income. Second, HMO. So HMO, the problem with HMO is the regulation, the hard work, the amount of money you have to spend initially. Maybe the average is probably £100,000 to convert a 3-bedroom to a 6-bedroom HMO, because that's what the builders would actually make from you. So you end up no better. If anything, actually, we are downsizing. We've got about 150 people in HMOs. We're downsizing every single time I have got the opportunity to reconvert the smaller 5-bedroom HMOs into a normal family home. Why? Because actually I'm making probably more, well, I'm making more money when I take out the cost of management, the cost of utility bills, which have trebled in the last few years, the cost of mortgages have doubled in the last, since Liz Truss. So I end up better off renting that house now to one family making £300 to £400 per month on average, because the wear and tear is less. I don't have to pay any of the bills. I don't have to pay the council tax, gas, electricity, water, broadband, cleaner, and the rest of the maintenance when you've got 5-6 people using the same property. So that's why HMOs is also, in my opinion, dead, because for investors getting into HMO, you've got to be in it for the management costs, and the management costs a lot more. The utilization rate, so the amount of weeks you can rent those rooms, is not 100%. And anybody who's actually selling you the idea that you're going to rent every room at 100% every year for the rest of time is deluded and also bullshitting you, because that's why after 12, 15 years of being in HMOs, I am exiting. Now, the next bit, what works then? So it's this title split thing that I keep talking on about, and I am one of two main experts in the UK that does it. And that is basically buying blocks of flats that are already created, already passive income generating. And what we do and what I teach people to do is basically, find those buildings that actually work from a discount perspective below market value. 2, we buy them at that discount and add real value via light refurb. Nothing crazy. We are literally painting, decorating, changing maybe kitchen and bathroom, light refurb, 2 to 3 weeks, really on average, maybe 2 weeks on each flat, and then move on. So we light refurb them. Flat already producing income, they're already renting, we work around the tenants, and we are able to, and I am able to, and my mentors are able to recycle their invested capital. So imagine the average size investor coming to learn with me on my one-to-one title splitting course will have about £100,000. So £100,000 allow them with leverage to buy a building of around £400,000. Those £400,000, typically, let's say you've got 4 flats in it. Each flat on entry is £100,000, worth £100,000. But after we buy it, as in we've negotiated the price down already, because it was probably 450, we got it down to 400, because an investor will buy that. It won't be an individual first-time buyer, because they're not buying 4 flats. They want to buy 1 flat. But because it's on 1 freehold, they can't do that. So the investor will buy it on 1 freehold. Me, my mentees, will buy on 1 freehold, and then we light refurb it. That's so that we do an uplift in value in 3 ways. First, we buy below market value. That's 33% of the uplift. Second, we do a light refurb. We increase the value of that property by another 33%. And the third 33% is by title splitting. So breaking the actual freehold into those 4 leasehold flats. So it's a kind of legal technicalities. It is highly complex, but obviously I teach you exactly how to do it, and you get my team. More importantly, you get me for 12 months hand holding you for the process, but you also get my lawyers, brokers, floor plan designers, tax advisors, and anybody you need to make you a success. So the one-to-one training and the title split strategy is, for me, the definitive strategy that I think still works. And in fact, I bought 50 units in the last quarter in 2025, and mentees have bought somewhere around another 75 to 100 units in the last quarter alone. And these people have just finished the course. So the course is structured like this: 4 weeks one-to-one with me, and then pause it. We go and find these blocks, or these guys go and find their blocks, they buy it, and then they have 12 months of me hand holding them through the process of title splitting and getting their recycled money back out. And that's the winning strategy that I think, if you've got the key here, though, you've got to have 100 grand or 75 to 100 grand. You've got to be committed. You've got to do the work. You've got to do what I'm asking you. So week 1, I'm asking you to go and find 25 to 30. Once I've taught you where to go, how to go about doing it, and what they need to look like, you need to go and do it. Week 2, I tell you, okay, out of the 25, 30, 35 that you found, let's deal assess them. And I give you my web-based deal assessor for you to be able to use it. Week 3, we talk about what you need to look out for once you've screened down the 25 to 30 into about 3 or 4 that you're going to go on site visit. There are 9 variables you've got to check that these buildings have before you buy them. And then week 4, I teach you everything you need to know around the legalities and how you title split them. And then you get my team with that as well. So that's why buy-to-let doesn't work, HMO doesn't work. Title split is the only one that actually you can scale your wealth through buying multiple properties. So get in touch, go to the www.quiditygroup.co.uk, have a look at the property education on a one-to-one. I'm the only one that does it for 12 months, and I'm the only one that's actually got the success rate that I've got. Go and find out. Schedule a call with me if you want to discuss it. DM me for more information, and I literally will change your life.